Hey everybody, it is your girl Shadonna Mo McFall, the Mo you know, and as always, we are live. And tonight I am here with my special guest, Derrick J. Hill. Welcome, Derrick.
Hey, Mo, let me tell you, it's always a pleasure, just talking to you and just being in your space, man. I really appreciate you. I really do. So, well, thank you for having me.
Thank you. I really appreciate that because I'm really in the space right now. Like I was telling you earlier, really doing all of the things that I put my mind out there to do, even though I want to be doing it, on another level and not doing these virtual things. I want to be doing it face to face, but being able to pivot and being able to talk to people, not just here in Fayetteville, but like I said, you're down in Atlanta. So
Yeah.
everybody talks about how bad COVID was, but I'm the type of person to look at the positive in every situation. So not thank you, COVID. I don't want to be thanking COVID, but but COVID like got us here. Now I'm sitting here with Derrick J. Hill. And Derrick, I just really want to get into, because I know we don't have a lot of time. On the last week we went over, but I try to keep the show to 30 minutes. But like I told you, it's good. We're gonna keep going. Like I said, we don't have no strict
Yeah,
regulations.
good.
And I always tell my guests, don't read bios. And I'm like, y'all can Google them if y'all want to do all that, because that'll take the whole 30 minutes sometimes.
That's
Because
right.
the people
That's right.
that I have
That's
on
right.
the show, they have extensive bios. They've been doing all of the things. But I do want to get into the mentoring, like we was talking earlier.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more, or tell the guests, tell the guests a little bit more of how you got into this mentoring space.
Yeah, and Mo, let me tell you something. You talked about, in this what this COVID experience has done and allowing you to pivot. I mean, you're doing some phenomenal work. And I honestly believe that everyone has their scale of work. So, for an example, one level might be something big to someone that might be small to someone. But I mean, I appreciate that you have created such a platform so that individuals can come and share their stories, and not only share their stories, but just be able to inspire others. And that I believe that's the true essence of what mentoring is to be able to be in a space where you just be completely transparent
Yeah.
on your life lessons and the things that have happened to you, for you, and through you, so that others can be inspired. And so that's how I got into mentoring. I said I wanted to use everything that happened to, for, and through me to be able to inspire other people. And I started a nonprofit organization and several years ago, and it was focusing, solely just on mentoring. That's it. Just focusing on mentoring and inspiring young people to be their very best they can be. And Mo, and when I saw when I was doing that, I was like, dude, this is just amazing that I get an opportunity to just share my story and to help other people. And so Mo, I started the mentoring program, and I was just engaging with young people and engaging, and then it just continued to mushroom from there. So it's always been a passion of mine to be in the space of mentoring.
Absolutely. And I know the other day I reflected on how Derrick and I, we just officially, we haven't met in real life yet, but a couple of months ago, I saw that you had posted a video, and I'm a big fan of entertainers. So I saw that you had posted a video of you and Ricky Smiley. Y'all gave this woman a car. And when I tell you, I was crying real tears, and I reached out. I'm like, this man, because people be acting funny in their inboxes and stuff. So I hit you up. I mean, ain't no way this man gonna hit me back and he on stage with Ricky Smiley. So I hit you up on no fan out stuff. I'm like, yo, bro, I see you. That is phenomenal. Brought tears to my eyes, and you hit me back.
Yeah. Yeah, Mo, I appreciate that. We was in the Yeah, I remember I posted it, and you just said, keep up the good work. That you was proud of what I'm doing and what we're doing, and that meant a lot. Not to ask for, hey, can you connect me with so and so? Can you hook me up with so and so. I want to meet so and so because I'm, I do PR.
Yeah.
It was just, kind of a genuine expression to say, hey, man, we appreciate what you're doing, for individuals. And, again, I believe that what God has for you is for you. My whole passion is starting nonprofit organizations. And I remember one day, probably about maybe 4.5 years ago, 4.5 years ago, I received a phone call from an assistant that worked for Ricky Smiley. And she said, hey, Derrick, Ricky wants to start a nonprofit organization because of his passion for senior citizens, his passion for young people. And it just came out of the blue, like really, and I'm like, is this one of these Ricky Smiley prank calls? I thought it was gonna be like, yo, this is a prank. This is a freaking prank. Click, but it wasn't a prank. And went down to the radio station and met with Ricky, and he shared me with his passion, his goals, and what he wanted to do through the nonprofit organization, which is really inspiring and helping people, Mo. And so at that moment, I said, let's go. And I did all of the legal work to start the Ricky Smiley Foundation. My responsibilities were, the legal work, working with the board of directors, events, fundraising, just everything. And I must say this, we see Ricky on television, and we hear him on the radio every morning, 6 a.m. to 10 Eastern Standard Time, speaking to millions of people. But what a lot of people don't know is Ricky has a heart for people who hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And Ricky's just a giving individual. And so it's always, anytime I speak about Ricky, I have to say that because he is definitely, just an upright brother. And I remember you talked about the car giveaway. Ricky said, Derrick, I want to give away a car. I was like, huh? You want to give away a car? I'm like, really? He said, yeah, man, let's give away a car. I said, okay, we're gonna give away a car. Because here's the type of person I am, Mo. If somebody say they want to do something, they have a desire, I believe that it can be done. Just there's, what I'm saying? There's no no in nothing. It's just you go for it, you make it happen. And so he asked me, he said, Derrick, I want to give away a car. He said, I want to give it away to somebody who's really deserving. And I said, okay, Ricky, we're gonna do it. And Ricky, in Birmingham, there's a classic called, I think it's Magic City Classic, I believe. Big football game, Alabama State, Alabama A&M, two schools. I believe those are two schools that are in it. Don't quote me on that. And so, because I never went to the football game, I always went to the festivities, the pre-festivities. And so we reached out to someone who was really deserving. And Mo, when I got on that stage, and Ricky and I already know, and I got on that stage, Ricky said, man, I really want to bless somebody who's been walking to work. I want to bless a single mom, who's trying, who's doing their best. Ricky said, man, I want to be able to help. I said, okay, we're going to find that person. We found that one person. And Mo, you saw the video.
Yeah.
Gave her the keys on the stage, and man, it was incredible in front of 4,000 or 5,000 people, and it just was phenomenal.
Man, when I tell you that it just, like I said, I was in tears because, like I said, she got the insurance, all of the things in front of all. Because I know me, I'm not walking to work, so she's better than me. I'm just not going. So kudos for her for walking to work. But I do know that what really got me is that transportation piece is the key to freedom. Is being mobile, to be able to get to work, to be able to get to school, to be able to get where you need to be when you need to be there. That I'm pretty sure that opened up so many more doors for her. That was just like, that ain't insane. When I got me some license and got in somebody, I didn't even have to have my own car. When I got them license, I was gone.
And you said that to the point. Yeah, I mean, you're so right. It opens doors because now she didn't have to rely on a coworker, take care of her. and it's still on. In fact, if anyone wants to see that video, you can just go on Mo's Facebook or go on my Facebook. The video is still there. But you're right, Mo. Not only does it open up the physical doors in your life where she can get around, don't have to worry about people, but it also opens up mental doors and spiritual doors because once you get a blessing like that, your mind says, "Man, anything is possible." And so I believe that even mentoring and just in life, or even what you're doing, um, you're opening doors, not just doors for access for people to have a platform, but you're opening doors so that people can see it and say to themselves, "Wow, I can do this. I can be this person." And so, I mean, everybody has their stage, everybody has their platform. And so you're just using the platform that you had to be able to give everybody, that stage and the platform that I had, that God has blessed me with. I just want to use it to be able to help other people. There comes a point in time where the come up is not just about your come up anymore.
Right.
Once you get other people to success, then that speaks volumes of who you are. And that's just, that's just how I am. Even when I started my company, Mo, um, I said I just wanted to start a company that all it's going to do is just help individuals. And so back in 2012, I formed a company called HillChase. And when I formed the company, I said, because I was a marketing major, I went to college, I went to Jackson State University, and my major was marketing. So getting clients was pretty kind of easy for me, but I just love helping people. So I started the company to be able to help people form nonprofit organizations, right, Mo? All I want you to do, I'm going to help you form a nonprofit organization because I'm going to help you because I want you to just pass it along to people, pass it
Mm-hmm.
along. And more, I started doing it for free. I just said, hey, listen, let me just help you for free. I don't want a penny. That was back in 2012. And because I just wanted to just be in a space where I was getting. And Mo, within 2 years, 2012 to 2012, 2 years, 14, the company has seen exponential growth. And I believe it's because I focus clearly solely on helping people develop their nonprofit organizations so that they can have greater community work, so that they can go into their communities and go and helping people. And yeah, that's kind of how it started for me.
Absolutely. And I love that because I know when I found you in these social media streets,
Yeah,
um, he was like, "Hey, I just want to help." And then when I saw that you were working with Ricky and Steve and all these large organizations, you're like, "Hey, I just want to help these small organizations understand that they can be the Ricky Smiley Foundation. You can be the Stephen Marjorie Foundation. You can do that." So when people see all of those big names, they don't see the people behind the scenes. So I like to bring the people. Hey guys, y'all wanted that. This is the man.
yeah, I appreciate you, Mo.
This is the person people see. They see the lights and they see all of the things, but nobody sees the background. Nobody sees the people because a lot of times people who are in the background like to stay in the background.
Yeah, and you know what? To that point, you mentioned like the people in the background. I honestly believe that's the greatest place because you eventually will get elevated to your front. However, I think it's important that when you're in the background, when there are no lights, when people don't know who you are, nothing, you just serve. You
Mm-hmm.
just serve. Just keep doing it. Keep doing exactly what you because I never and still today don't aspire to be like in the front and the back. I want to be the guy kind of behind the scenes, just making it, all come to pass. And so, like I said, when I started the company, it just started growing. And I remember this in 2015, maybe 2014 and 2015. I got a text message, right? It's crazy. I got a text. And the text was like, "Hey, we want you to interview with the Stephen Marjorie Harvey Foundation." I'm like, "But man, I didn't apply. I didn't apply for nothing." I read it. I read the text. I'm like, wait a minute. We want you to. So I said, word, wow. I said, all right, man, text me the address. And it was said, we want you to be at the Stephen Marjorie office tomorrow. And that was like the next day. I said, text me the address. Just text me the address. And I'm still tripping because I'm like, how did I even get this to this interview? And Mo, make a very, very, very long story short, when I walked in there, um, first of all, I was just in awe to be, because I watch, Mr. H on television, watch him on Family Feud
Mhm.
and just, shows that he does and watch his videos. And to be able to, go into the office where he, when he puts it all together was, humbling on itself. And then was two individuals in the room, two of his staff members. And I said, why am I here? How did I get here? And within 20 minutes, they brought me on, and I'm still here, and it's growing and growing and growing, and more responsibilities were just added just last week, which was absolutely phenomenal, which was a dream. And so, for me, working with guys, in organizations like the Stephen Marjorie Foundation, Ricky Smiley Foundation, and I'm a huge fan of. Have you ever heard of Chef G Garden?
Yes, and I saw he just had from you that he just did a grand opening for a new restaurant down in Atlanta. So yeah, I stay up on all of that stuff. So yeah,
Hey,
so
let me
when I
tell
go
you.
to Atlanta,
Hey, Chef G Garvin opened up a restaurant. I used to watch Chef G Garvin on TV on his cooking shows and stuff like that. I said, man, and I put together a vision board, Mo. I put together a vision board, and I put everybody that I wanted to work with, everybody
Mhm.
that I wanted to serve. I put it in the vision, and I had cut out pictures: Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, Chef G Garvin, all these people. I said, one day I'm gonna be running a part of the organizations. Today, it's true, and I believe it happens with vision. Um,
Absolutely.
it all happens. It all happens with vision. Like I used to watch my daughter. She was a coach for this show. It was called the Dollhouse Dance Factory, or Dancing Dollhouse, and she was a coach. I was like, man, I'm gonna help this organization, and it just came. So I just, one of the things I always want to share with people is when you have vision, it will definitely manifest, but you got to have the vision to see what you want. And when you have vision for it, it just comes. Mo, it's just there.
And you know what? There is so funny because I've been to the website and I didn't even know. And I watched the Dancing Dolls. I know Coach D. Coach D be giving them girls the business down in Mississippi, and I know she went to Atlanta. Like I said, I'm a big entertainer.
Are you
Big.
serious?
Yes, I watch all the shows, all the people, right? So I didn't even know that was her. I thought that was K Michelle when I first seen it. Then we had the meeting with Tamika. Tamika was like, "That's Diana." I'm looking again, and I'm
And I want to say this too. That's interesting. Um, Diana is absolute jewel. What you see on television, it's her. That's her. She knows exactly what she wants, how she wants us to look, and she's a perfectionist. And she's an artist, and so I just have so much respect, for who she is, and it was a pleasure for me to, to start the organization for her. And currently, I give leadership to Dollface Academy, which is the nonprofit that she started. And
that
yeah,
is
yeah,
that is phenomenal. Because, like I said,
it's
I watched Diana, I watched Steve, I watched Ricky, Chef Garvin. I know about the YMCA. All of these big names, all of these big logos that we all know. It's like, okay, Derek did that, and I'm working now. I'm about to fan out because, like, okay, Derek wants to. You talking about you watch Steve want to work with you? I'm like, Derek wants to work with me, little old me here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So I do want to give a shout out to my girl Taj. because you have posted, hey, I'm looking for this person, and Taj tagged me, and I'm like, okay, Derrick, we got to talking. So, like I said, vision, and it says something too in your video, and I preach this every day: believing in yourself. It's not why me, why not me? I'm doing all of the things that everybody else is doing. Like we're getting what black PR, black news, all of the things, all of the outlets that we need to be visible. I can call, pick up the phone, and send the email just as well as everybody else because of that good old Cumberland County school system, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we gotta believing in ourselves. So that's I know that is the key to success.
And then in addition, here's a big one. In addition to believing to yourself, this is really critical, as it's very, very important. Whoever's listening to this, make sure you catch this. Uh, it's also who you surround yourself with,
Yeah,
because there are people who can talk you out of your dream, and there are people who can help you manifest it. And you can't do it by yourself. But the biggest piece is surrounding yourselves with the right people. I can't stress that enough, and that's what I try to do that as much as I possibly can, because exposure is everything. And
yeah.
Steve Harvey said something. He said don't go after what I earn, go after what I learn. And I just thought that was phenomenal, because once you get information and knowledge, you get the right people around you, man, you can do it. There's so much that you can accomplish. And like for example, even with you, with a public relations firm, the PR, where you can, send press release and have, 15,000 or 100,000 people watch it, and, read this press release, whatever, you know, soon people will be calling you and say, hey, you got any clients we can highlight? Magazine is supposed to you doing it, people will be calling you. So I think it's just all about maybe surrounding yourselves with the right people. And this combination right here, for you and I working together, I think it's phenomenal. It's just about, just aligning with the right people.
Absolutely. And you said information and knowledge. So many of my viewers, they know that I was in the military for 20 years in the Air Force. And that was my job. I was an information manager / knowledge operations. So that's what the military trained me to do. Before the PR stuff, before the marketing stuff, before I am an information manager at heart, getting the
Nice.
right people, the right information at the
Yeah.
right time to make the right decisions. That's what I have 20 years of service doing. So that's
Wow.
it. And being able to say yes. A lot of times people want to say, no, I don't know enough about that person. Oh man, I don't know about that. We be talking ourselves out of some things. Like, no, just say yes and figure it out. And if it
Yeah.
don't work, then no, nothing venture, nothing gain. But we have to learn to give ourselves the permission to say yes to these opportunities that are coming our way.
Yeah, in addition to saying yes, a lot of times, I found that people, get fearful sometimes, feeling that they're inadequate, don't have the resources, don't have the things they need, don't have the connections. There's always a starting point, right? And the first step to a long journey, man, is taking that first step. And take that, like, once you take that first step, you're going to keep going and going and going and going. And I'm just always a believer that you've always got to have that yes, what you just said, because and always reinvent yourself and doing something different. Like, we're in a COVID pandemic, where now we're virtual, you know what I mean? However, what I've seen, even with the Steve and Marjorie Foundation, which has been tremendous for me, um, which has been phenomenal, because I'm now leading probably one of the largest mentoring programs in the nation, which is the Steve Harvey Virtual Mentoring Program. And it's as a result of COVID, it was making a pivot to say, how do we still impact the lives of young people? Say, they got a cell phone? Okay, cool. We're going to come right to you on your cell phone. We're going to come right to you. You got a computer, we coming right to you. And so, I think everything that we do, we have to pivot. And I believe that's what success is. Like I played football And in football, although there's a play that you have to run, they're very play, but there oftentimes you're gonna have to audible and be like, okay, I can't go this way, so let me cut this way, and not be afraid to go that way because it might be a way that you've never gone before, but you're going to have to find out, one way or the other. I'm doing like my birthday is March 25th, right, Mo?
Mhm.
So I'm working out. I'm doing this crazy workout to just test myself to see how much weight that I can lose before my birthday. I want to be in the best physical shape. So I started doing this boxing training, which I've never put on gloves or anything 5 weeks ago. But my trainer said something day before yesterday because I was hitting the bag. He had his hands up and it was hitting, and I wasn't performing how he wanted me to perform. He said, "Stop, stop, just stop, Derrick." I said, "What's up?" I said, "What's up?" Because he having his hand and I'm hitting in the head. And he's just stop, Derrick, stop, stop. He said, "Derrick, if you think about it, it's already too late." It's like, wow. He said, "Just get the rhythm and just go." He said, "That's how life is." He said, when he said, if you think about it, you're already too late. If you think about it, you're already too late. Life is a rhythm. Once you get the rhythm of life, you just flow in it and you don't even have to think about it. That's a success tool that I got from my trainer. He said, "Let just find the rhythm, get in the rhythm, and then just flow." I said, "I got it." So I can't wait till tomorrow comes. 7:30 in the morning here, and I've been got to get this rhythm. I got the rhythm. I got something for him tomorrow for sure.
Absolutely. And the rhythm of life. And that's one thing I totally believe in because we're going to get knocked down. We're going to have our good days, our bad days. We're going to be able, once we know how life is supposed to work and we can regroup, we can bounce back from anything. So that I
But
love that getting the
hey,
rhythm
Mo,
of life.
I like that. The rhythm of life. I'm putting that on my phone. Hey, we need to do something with that. I
Yeah.
like that.
And that's
Hey,
what
Mo, but let me
it really boils down to. And I know Dion is at your alma mater, Jackson State. I was watching a video. I reached out to him too. But I was watching a video that he did with his sons the other day. And he was talking about the expectation of what he expects from these college kids because he's been to the Super Bowls. He's done these things on these grand stages. So I was just like in awe because sometimes like with your coach, with your trainer, he knows what it's supposed to be. And he was like, yo, I'm not going to let you stay down here. I'm going to have to pull you up. So that's what we have to do sometimes when we're going through this rhythm of like things. We know what we're supposed to be doing, how high we can. We don't even know how high we can go, but we know, hey, we can go higher than where we are now.
and you know what? We have to because and like he said, and you gave the perfect analogy. Perfect. Now you said he's been to the Super Bowls. He know what it is. Now he's coaching. So the players have to submit to the coach and trust the coach's guidance. And once you get that, that's the mentoring ship. And I'm so appreciative of how you said it. And then even like with me being one person, my phone constantly rings of people wanting me to help them with the nonprofit organization, help them raise money. And these are all the things that I love to do. Help them with the legal compliance. These are the things that I love to do. So here's what I did. I said, well, I want to give people everything that they need to grow a successful organization, but not just grow it rapidly within 90
Yeah.
days. Here's what I did, Mo. It took me about 8 months to put together a course. I said everything that I've learned with working with the Stephen Marjorie Harvey Foundation, all of the success principles that I employ there, I put it in a course. All of the success things that I did with the Ricky Smiley Foundation, Chef G. Garvey, Diana Williams, uh, my man Willie Moore Jr., just everybody that I work with. I said, man, the levels of success that I'm bringing them, I put that all
Mm-hmm.
together. And I said, I'm going to give it, I put it in a course. And I took my time and wrote each course. And not after I wrote it, then I got on the video and then I put together a full course that when people take this course, it's going to blow them away. And so and I want to encourage, those who are watching, if you have a nonprofit organization, you say, man, I'm having troubles financially. I can't, raise the money that I need. I don't understand board of directors. I don't understand programming. Hey, what you see that's floating at the bottom of your screen, you go right there, courses.hillchase.com. Take a look at it. Now, let me say this. Mo, you and I both know this because in business there are investments. Uh, like for example, your PR, and I'm so glad that we're working together. Just in a short time of you providing PR for me, I'm seeing so many different results. So I appreciate that. But it was a financial commitment that I had to make to you, and that's the same thing with this course. When people make the financial commitment and say, you know what, I'm going to roll in this course and you dive into it, I guarantee success.
Yeah.
But we have to really get to a place where we say, you know what, I have to make the investment.
Yep. And that's it. The investment is everything, because I know I've invested in coaches, and I talk about this all the time. The investing in the coaches and the consultants and the conferences and doing all of the things, because there is somebody out there that has what I need. Like, I don't want to be stuck. I want to get to the Oprah, the Steves, the Ellens. So it's like, okay, you have to do the work, and everybody that we invest in, they made investments. So
Yes.
it's like, there's no way you can get to that next level you can do it yourself. You can figure it out.
Yeah.
But why do that? We're invested in all of the other stuff that don't make sense. That's not going to be an investment. I have a return on the investment. So it's just like, okay. And the money that you invested in me, I told you, all of the clients invest in me. Like, I want to help double, quadruple all of the things. And I know I'm working with Doreen Rainey, who worked with Steve before. And I was telling her about I wanted to do a VIP day, and I gave a stupid number. She was like, "No, we're not doing that." But what she had to make me realize is not, it's like, how much money are they going to make by working with you? That's what you have to realize. Not how much money. And people also always get wrapped up in how much is this going to cost. But baby, how much is it going to make you? Like, even investing in the coaching that I did over the summer, I made that with the clients, and now I know what I need to know. I can go get more clients and make more money and do more things. And yes, it's an investment. And a lot of times people, and I have a nonprofit too, people, they think nonprofit, like, these bills still got to be paid. These invoices still, because people might give you a discount, but they don't get you a nonprofit. Let's be clear. You still got to make some money. You still got to have that operating budget.
That's
So, you still got to pay these salaries. You still got to get all of the things. But what I know is that with these nonprofits, these big, large nonprofits, they do all of the things they need to do to have the money to run, because they need those investments. They invested in their marketing. They invested in the board. They invested in all of the things that they need.
And you know what, Mo? I think the biggest piece too is, for me, is that, and I'm just like you, what you said, making the investment and getting coaches and getting mentors, because I have mentors. I have mentors. I have coaches that help me and give me feedback. So, I mean, that's just a part of the success model, is having people that's going to be able to support you and show you things where you want to grow. For an example, you do some amazing work in PR, but there's probably somebody else who's doing some phenomenal stuff. You might want to say, well, maybe if they coach me, they can get there. And so that's the beauty of it. It's always looking. And I don't really believe too much in competition. I like collaboration.
Right.
Doing something, let's see how we can work together. And I've just always been that way. And, that's how it should be in the nonprofit space too. It's not about, so-and-so is doing it, so you want to outdo that person. No, let's see how we can work together so that we can make things better for other people, make it bigger. Because you're only one person. I'm one person. But let me tell you something. When we get 5 or 6 people together and 10, and we come together, build a team of 20 people, just imagine what can happen. So even those individuals who are looking at starting a business, hey man, look here, go for it. Like, go for it. Don't even worry about COVID or whatever. Just dive into it. That's what I did, and I'm enjoying it. It's cool.
And you know what? And we know enough. So that was the thing for me. Like, not saying that I won't hire another coach, another somebody, but it was just like, okay, Mo, you keep throwing out money and nothing coming in. So I'm at the place now. I got to take what I already know and implement. Like, okay, I know what I'm now. Look, I tell people between the Air Force, all of the coaches, my look, going to the community college in real life. Hey, I got it. Like I
You
said,
got
what I don't know, I'm gonna figure it out. I'll call somebody out, you know. But the thing is, we know enough to get started.
yeah. And that's why
And
people
once you get started, you can hire and get all of the things, but you got to get started first.
exactly. And that's why people can pay you now. You've already learned, you got all the lessons already. Now it's time to say, okay, you're helping other people. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's just like, okay, we doing the things. If you have this vision, if you want this vision to come true, we talked about the yeses. The first yes you have to give is to yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you can't expect everybody else to say yes if you haven't even said yes to yourself.
And then and you know, and to that point, like in saying yes, and like I talk to a lot of people, Mo, in the nonprofit space, and everyone really struggles with, you know, raising money and how to grow to the next level. And I'm really wanting, and not wanting, I'm excited that I can be that go-to person.
Mm-hmm.
Say, man, let me pick up the phone, let me send Derrick an email, let me go to his website, and so I can see what's going on. And so, I mean, I'm humbled that I have that space, and I think everybody has this space of expertise. You know,
Mm-hmm.
me, and like I said, you know, is building nonprofit organizations, but somebody else, it could be PR, it could be marketing, it could be, you know, being a mechanic, whatever it is. Just own your space and become the thought leader expert and be the best you can in your space.
And that's what it's all about. So, Derrick, I know we try to keep it to 30 minutes, but like I said, I go until I don't have a big network. It's me, it's the Mo
Yeah,
network right now.
this is good. This is good. This is good.
But I do, like I said, we have the ticker going on the screen on how everybody can get in touch with you to learn more, how they can sign up for the courses. I know we have some other things, webinars and things that we're working on, because I am 100% committed to making sure that everybody knows that more is possible, that
Yep.
everything is possible. Like, if you don't get the things that when I say you, I mean all of y'all watching, if y'all don't get what y'all need, it's because you didn't tell yourself yes. A lot of the times we are our own barriers. So, Derrick, I appreciate you more than you know. Like I said, I ain't asking you for no favors yet, but it's coming. So when I so just know it's in the back of my mind. Like, when I get ready, when I feel like, hey man, I'm ready for Mr. H. I'm ready for that. When I get ready, and I'm getting ready, I'm say, Derrick, remember that time? I'm gonna hold my favors.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Like I said, I am Shadon Fall, and I've been sitting down with Derrick J. Hill, and he's helping nonprofits get to the funding, get to the bag, get to where the money resides. All of the things. I hope little Darrell don't try to send me no invoice for that, but but if he do, you know, it is what it is. But y'all, all of the things that we want to do is available once we tell ourselves yes, and once we believe that we can do all of the things. That's when the success is going to come. And I am a believer. Y'all been knowing me for how long have y'all been knowing me? Y'all know I've been saying I'm gonna be Oprah, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna do this. And guess what? All of the things that I said I was going to do, I'm doing it, or I'm putting the things in order to get it done. So, and it's every day, doing a little bit of something every day, talking to new people every day, you know, just checking the blocks every day. So, Derrick, thank you again. I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna wrap this up because I know you're very busy, and I want to keep you busy. So
I want to stay busy.
So I tell people I'm gonna keep so if they busy, they got time to call me.
That's real.
The busier you are, the happier you're gonna be.
Well, thank you so much for this time. 40 minutes went by really, really quick. Mom, thank you so much for the opportunity, and I'm excited to continue to work with you.
All right, thank you, and you have a great night, and I will talk to you later.
All right, take care now.
Bye, everybody.
All right, take care. Cheers.